Hello and welcome to episode 7 of the Sunderland Mind No Filters podcast. Today we're joined by Steven Cassidy. Steven is the founder of the United Minds football team, a team based in Sunderland helping men battle mental health through weekly football. Keep listening to hear his story.
Alright, I'm Steve Cassidy, CA from United Minds. I want to thank you to Sunderland Mind and Neve for having us along. Basically, I sort of started with my mental health issues in 2012. Basically, I lost my nana, and she was like sort of my world. Obviously, just she was always there for us, kind of thing, from being a kid, you know. And that's when I went downhill quite a lot. Nothing, obviously I wasn't taking drugs or drinking anything like that. Just obviously it was all just in my head, just silly thoughts. And the main thing what happened was, obviously I was at working. I was a delivery driver, and I phoned my wife and I said, like, obviously while at work I was like, right, that's me. I'm gonna like sort of do myself in. I'm just gonna drive in the water and just end my life, kind of thing. Thankfully I didn't, because I'm still here today, with the support of my wife Angela, who I loved a bit. So obviously been married since 2009. We've got 3 beautiful kids, Connor, Summer and Jasmine. Obviously with their support and my mum and dad, I managed to get through it. I did go on antidepressive tablets for a few years, but I was at a sort of point in my life I was like, well, I want to try and do it without the tablets. So I sort of went cold turkey on the tablets, trying to deal with it in my own head, and obviously with support of, like I say, my family as well. And I managed to get off the tablets myself. I still have good days and bad days now. I say the silly littlest thing could trigger something off. Little triggers, like even if I put if I put a post on our WhatsApp group kind of thing, and someone might not reply straight away, I'm thinking I might think silly things, even though it's nothing. So obviously everyone's busy, everyone's got different priorities and time, but just that, I suppose that's one of the things of mental health. It just obviously it affects everybody completely different ways.
Exactly.
And that was a big thing with obviously starting United Minds. August 2020, we just coming out of the first lockdown, and obviously my fitness was shocking. I think a lot of people put a little bit of weight on. With just eating food, but really, you couldn't go out anywhere really, could you?
No.
So I thought, well, what I'll try and do is I'll try and get a few just people together to see if they fancy a game of football, a bit of five-a-side, a bit of fitness, clear your head a bit, even just for 1 hour, just to get out there for a little bit in the fresh air. And I got a decent response, and this was from people. I put it on Twitter. It was just from some people I'd never met before. I got in touch with one of my old friends, and he's still with us now. With him and his son, they come along all the time. And also another old friend, obviously with there's two of the very close friends, Ria and Dom, and his son Reese. He was 12 at the time when he started. Well, actually, when he started, he'd probably been about 11. He came along, played with the lads. My son gets involved. Obviously, he started probably about 2 years ago, so he was 15 at the time. Now he's 17. And we just got a good mix, a good bunch of lads together. Another lad, Sean, he's always been there in and around us from the start. We've had lads go, we've had lads come, but we've just sort of getting bigger and bigger. And recently, it was probably maybe the last 2 months, we've getting a sort of a more foundations of a team together. That's obviously what we've called United Minds. We all sort of came together and picked like that the team name. Obviously we wanted to call it United Minds because it's sort of like united with our mind. Obviously we've been like more focused towards mental health, and a few of the lads do suffer obviously with the mental health, and obviously so do I. But the football does seem to help. And it is really it's a good thing just to get out there, even if just once a week. And it's definitely getting you out there and just having a bit of a laugh, bit of fun, and then it's going even further with getting we're getting kits made up. We're sponsored by a company called Fritzlander. They have a local company that they've went to themselves. They've started their own clothing brand.
All
So
right.
got one of the t-shirts on the day. But the lads down at Fritzlander, but I probably pronounced that wrong because it's a Swedish name.
Right.
But it's all for like sort of like football, casual wear kind of thing. And they're great lads down there. They've supported us massively. They've donated a good chunk of money into getting our kits and our sponsorship for us. Also down at RS Total Fitness in Grangetown, the gym. The amazing little gym down there. It's all family based. They're helping us with fitness and also a bit of sponsorship as well.
Fab.
We're going there every Thursday. We've just done a session just Thursday, and some of the lads were knackered, obviously, me as well, the pull us through our paces. But it's a good little thing to get out there, get a bit of fitness, to try and get a bit more fitness, and like I say, and clear your head as well. Because it is good, if you have got any worries, any stresses, it gets your mind away from, obviously, that for maybe even just like for an hour, it gets your mind away from not thinking about, obviously, whatever is troubling you.
Yeah.
That little break, it is a big help.
It's fab.
But it's obviously and then now we're leading to the charity football game, which before obviously it's my team against me dad decided to put a team together. Obviously my dad, he's 60-year-old, bless him, but he's getting a team together with his mates from work.
It's fab.
They're all Hermes drivers, but there's a few lads that play Sunderland as well, so it could be a bit of a test for us. But it's going to be a great day. But the main cause is obviously raising money for Sunderland Minds, like you guys, which can help more people than we're going to be able to help. So with that extra money, it's going to come in handy for you guys, for extra funding or whatever, or courses or whatever kind of events that you are going to be putting on.
And we really appreciate it, obviously. And where is the match and when is it?
It's the 13th of March, and it's at Sunderland. It's at Silksworth Recreational Park. It's literally just down from Donkin's the pub. It's just off Blind Lane.
Right.
If you go on social media and just search United Minds, all the details are on there. And it's a 2 o'clock kickoff. But the gate's going to be open from 1 o'clock. But it should be a good day, and hopefully there's a few £100.
Yeah, definitely.
Fingers crossed.
So is it free to watch?
Yeah, free of charge. Yeah, you can just walk in. Obviously, they say there's buckets around. If people want to put 50 pence in, £1, it's totally up to them. But every player is putting £10 in.
Oh.
So straight away we've got about 15, 16 lads. My dad's I'm sure he's got 15 as well.
Oh,
so you're talking straight away, should be about £300 straight away.
That's fab.
And that's before we've even getting any kind of the raffle prizes.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of raffle prizes being donated. We've got signed Sunderland memorabilia. We've got Easter eggs. One of the guys just donated some Easter eggs. The picture place at Leachmere in Grangetown. He's going to, Darren, a good friend of ours, he's going to donate an item. I'm not sure what, but he's going to get something sorted for us. The gym, they've also given us a month free membership.
Oh.
So that's like £30 worth there. So whoever wins that can go to the gym and try and that might even start them off on their own little journey of getting fit or whatever they want to do. Might help. But it's nice that the community sort of coming together and all being there for each other really and helping out.
Definitely.
Also, we've got a game. I think it's penciled in for the 7th of May. Few months away yet. And that's going to be our team again, United Minds versus CM Coast, and that's a women's team. And we was thought that sort of like the stigma in football is just for men,
right?
But it's not. It's I believe it's a new thing. It's called Her Game 2. And they're all over social media trying to get it so it is not just men's sport, just for men. Obviously, I think for the past, God knows, 20, 30 or maybe longer, so many years, that sort of football is like, well, it's just for men. But now there's a lot of families coming to watch football. There's a lot of women coming to watch football with the kids. If the dads might not be there or work or that kind of thing, so the mums are taking them. So I just thought that would be quite interesting to get a men's versus women's game. So that's going to be going ahead on the 7th of May. That obviously, but the details are going to be confirmed. But that's again CM Coast.
Fab.
So hopefully, once again, that'll be for charity as well.
So did you start it off as wanting it to be a team, or did you just start it off as like lads getting together?
Just a group of lads getting together. It was basically just starting when it was a Friday night, just five-a-side.
Right.
Just over the beacon at Sunderland. I say that's all it was. Just like say, it was a bit of five-a-side. It was never meant or really start off as going as a team. It was just like I say, just a bit of a get together. Help people with mental health, help fitness, especially after the lockdown, after the horrible 2 year everyone's had.
Yeah.
I think everyone's probably put a bit of weight on, or did obviously, or I suppose obviously as well, like suffered as well, because you've been probably, if people's by themselves or in like just like alone by themselves and they've got no family around them, and they've been isolated into a house with not having any kind of interaction with people, it's gonna affect your head massively. But like so, obviously that was one thing with me. With obviously mine was I sort of give up football. I was like, oh well, I'm too old, but I wasn't really. That's why I was like, well, we'll start the beginning, and then as soon as I started playing, instantly I found it was the relief. Obviously I was my head was better, was clear, I was managing my mental health a lot better, and it was all around just football. But that could be any sport. Obviously whatever sport people like. It doesn't have to be sport. It could be going to the gym, it could be going for a run, even going for before I've took myself on a walk. Just going on a walk for half an hour to an hour. Just get yourself out there, clear your head. It could be, I don't know, you could be tennis, it could be golf, it could be any sport you really think of really. Just to get, as long as it gets you out there and takes your mind away from whatever little stress or worries you've had, it could just, I see, it could help you.
And I think it's like the social thing as well, isn't it? Like of having
100%.
a team. And are you like, do you chat about things that are worrying you, like when you meet up? Is it weekly? You meet
it's
weekly?
Weekly, yeah. It was every Sunday. There has been times where we pulled each other to one side, but obviously lads being lads, it's like the old stigma. You can't talk about it, but we do. It's lovely that I've had a few lads messages and after I've either messaged me or after one of the events and said like pulled us privately one-on-one and says, look, like thank you for like doing this because it's helped my head massively. Without this I wasn't sure what I could do or what I would do, that kind of thing. So when someone says that to me, it gives me a huge buzz, you know what I mean? Because it means that, well, I'm actually doing something.
Definitely.
And it wasn't really started out that way. It would just start out to, oh well, let's have a bit of a five-a-side, bit of a kickabout. But it sort of now grew from just a Friday night five-a-side into obviously more lads coming along. Now it's like instead of five-a-side, we'll sometimes we're getting maybe seven-a-side, 6, 7-a-side. And if it helps, I don't know, one person, then I've done my job really. But
and I think if
hard.
even like the team that you've got now, that impacts so many people and so many lives, even though it's not like hundreds and hundreds of people, the knock-on effect of that, like you said, like the snowball effect of that is creating positive mental health for so many people, and especially 100%. The stigma around male mental health. We try and obviously break that down here, and we've got a men's group where like we'll have a big group of men who come every weekend that can talk and that can chat, and again like socialising and things like that, getting you out the house, all of these things contribute to better mental health. But I just think it's fab, and especially from taking it from your own struggles to then helping others, it's just fab.
The whole like sort of like the man up, just man up.
Yeah.
Obviously, like men don't cry. That whole thing, I cry. I'm not ashamed to admit
Everyone does.
I've cried. I've broke down, and I suppose every bloke has some at some point. But I say it is it is a stigma. Obviously, men shouldn't be like this. Men shouldn't do that. Just man up. But I say obviously we have like through football as well over the Beacon of Light. That's where we play our games. We've took part in a couple of courses. It was the Be a Game Changer campaign that was all focused around men's mental health. And that we did that. That was really good. And
as well, you've got like the football, so I'm going for football, but I'm also getting the mental health side of it as well. So it's 100%. Not as if I feel like there is like stigma around accessing mental health services if you are a man, which shouldn't be the case. But I feel like men are more reluctant. So if you've got something like this where, I'm just going to play football, it's actually like obviously the mental health side of it as well, which is just fab.
Most definitely, I see you sort of not in a way being tricked, but you go to play football, but if you do need some help, the lads are there as well.
Yeah.
We'll have a chat after we've had a game. We'll have a talk if you want on the way back to the car.
Yeah.
Then people might just think, well, we're just talking about football or the previous match or whatever, you know what I mean? And it is good that I get the bunch of lads together, like you said, the younger lads, hopefully they don't suffer, but you never, in time they might suffer. It's a chance that they might suffer some kind of mental health in some way. Hopefully they don't. But if they do, obviously that's why we're always there for each other. All the lads are always there for each other. And see, we've got a good bunch of lads that can be serious at times. Most of the time it's just clotting around, having a bit of a laugh.
But that helps as well, like the social.
100%. Like I say, it's like sort of like a little mini family.
Yeah.
We've had lads obviously who've had problems in the past with obviously certain different areas, maybe it's alcohol. Then they've come and they try and get themselves back on track. Football is obviously helping, talking that way. But I say it's great that we can do just a little bit. If it's just a little bit that's helping, then like I said before, if I can help one person, then it's amazing. Hopefully, if they don't have them thoughts or feelings, hopefully they can talk about it, or think, oh well, look, there's lads out there, there's people out there, or even not even in my area, someone might see us that I don't know lives down south or Manchester, Liverpool kind of thing, and think, oh, I could do that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind doing that. And then gets online, whatever, and then just meeting new people. Because I say at the very start, I must have only knew maybe 4 people, four the lads, from previous, and then the other maybe 6 or 7 or 8 of them were total just really strangers, really, you know.
So if people listen to this and wanted to join, could they? Or
yeah, definitely. I say, well, I was open to new people coming along. Obviously, at the moment we are training for the charity match, so obviously, we're sort of focused just on the charity match at the moment. But after that, I say if anyone wants to come along and have a bit of a mess around, have a bit of a game, it's be totally available on Facebook, Instagram or Twitter. Just get in touch and we'll get you down and you never know, you might be on the future.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Sunderland Mind No Filters podcast. You can contact United Minds at United Minds FC on Facebook. And if you want to pop along, their charity football match is at Silksworth Recreational Park on the 13th of March from 1 p.m. Find us at Mind Sunderland on Facebook or at Sunderland Mind on Instagram, YouTube and Twitter. Alternatively, you can contact us at www.sunderlandmind.co.uk. Thanks for listening.